And we are back here for race 3. 5 races here tonight inside the Grid Lounge. We got the Sport Car Race Series here, as we'll have 5 racers in a 25-minute race. Winner take all here, as these guys will try to get as best position they can. We got John, Jason, Bryce, David, and Jim here in this race as the green flag is out. We're at the Montreal racetrack here for week 6, of an 8-week series. As it looks like Jim gets into the grass there. Jim gets into the grass early, so he'll have to move back to 5th. These guys head past turn 2. So John comes out first. He started first, had the pole position. Jason in 2nd, Bryce in 3rd, David in 4th, Jim in 5th. David was new last week, picked up 3rd place. Jason has won 3 weeks in a row, so he's looking for his 4th win of the season and 4th win in a row.
Yeah, I think Bryce.
Go ahead, Jason.
Yeah, I think Bryce actually took 3rd last week, Pete. David,
I had that wrong?
Yeah.
David.
Yeah, I think so. I think David, being new last week, had struggled a little bit. Just kind of getting familiar with the platform. But yeah, Bryce came through 3rd. Oh, speaking of David, he takes a big spill.
David, I think you're right. Sorry, Jason. Yep. David being new last week did struggle. We had a tough racetrack last week at Long Beach. A lot of wrecks, a lot of action there. Very tough for it to be your first race here. As we take a look, they're headed down the casino straightaway. We got John, Jason, Bryce all grouped up in the top 3. Further back is Jim and David. As these guys will look to hit the starting line here for lap 2. Jason again in the Lambo here as we head into turn 2. This is a 25-minute race, so a lot of time here. We're only 2 minutes in.
Yeah, you can see John got off to a real good start, Pete. He was laying down some really good lap times. So between John and Bryce as well, they were all in it here. All of us competing pretty similar pace.
Yeah, everyone's still right there, and even 4th and 5th are not far behind. So these guys will head towards turn 7 here. We have scattered clouds at 77 degrees Fahrenheit. Tarmac's 97 degrees Fahrenheit. As we are on season 4 of the GT3 series, week 6 at Montreal inside of the Grid Lounge in downtown Cedar Falls, Iowa. As these guys will head past the hairpin, down the straightaway, the casino straightaway here. Towards lap 2, we'll see what we have for through lap times here. Let's take a look here at David. Going 5th, but not far behind Jim. Is it John, Jason, and Bryce still very close to each other? Jason right on the tail of Bryce. Take a look here. So Jason has a 1:38.059, so fastest lap of the race so far in the Sport Car Series. And take a look at Jason, staring ahead right at John. John looking for his 3rd win of the season here. He won weeks 1 and week 2.
Got a little battle back here with Jim and David. David's wanting to make a pass here, and he does. He grabs the inside.
He does here. Yes, he does. Really good line by David, it looked like there. As he will go into 4th place here. Take a look here at Jason, still pretty close with John as they head towards the hairpin. Take a look now at David, back and forth. Now back to Jason, still right behind John as they head down the Casita straightaway. We'll see what we have for lap times here coming up, as we are just over 20 minutes left in this race, so a lot of time, as Jason is maybe looking to make a pass here as we are on the straightaway. Jason with a 1:37.746, so fastest lap of the Sport Car Race Series so far. As these guys head past turns 13 and 14, or excuse me, turn 2, sorry. They'll head into turn 3 here. Still John in first, Jason in second, Bryce in third, David in fourth, Jim in fifth. We got Jason here again, still right on the tail of John. We'll see if John puts up a big battle here. These guys continue to battle on here. David and Jim continue to battle in fourth and fifth, and now we're back to the leaders here. We'll see when Jason wants to make that move, as they'll head down towards the hairpin here. A little bit of separation now from Bryce and Jason here in first and second. As now Jason still in second. He's got John right in front of him as they head down the Casino straightaway. We'll see if Jason wants to make a move here as we take a look at his hood. He's on the outside. We'll see if he can get there.
Yeah, I thought about it, Pete, but John held a real good line there, and it just seemed too risky to go for it, so I held back.
Yeah, so Jason will wuss out there. I thought maybe he'd do it, but he didn't do it.
Yeah, we had 18 minutes left to go. I figured I'd pick a
lot of time,
an
a lot of
inside move
time
right there.
An inside move. I say it would have been cooler back then, but we'll take it now here as he moves into first place with John still right behind him here, as we are on lap 5 here with just under 18 minutes left. Still a lot of time. We've seen what can happen when Jason's in first. There might be a spin out coming.
Yeah, you never know with 17 and a half minutes left, and this track definitely has some corners that'll take you out.
Yep, and we know John won't go away here. He'll look to battle on, as Jason will look to pull away here as they head down towards the hairpin. These racers are earning points for an overall standings. Right now, Jason sits in first place. He's won the last 3 weeks. He's looking for 4 wins in a row. John looking for his 3rd win of the season. As these guys have now pulled away here, so Jason and John have pulled away from the rest of the field. These guys will continue to battle. We'll see if Jason can pull away from John or if it'll continue to be close, as they now are on lap 6. Take a look here at John standing behind Jason, headed past turn 2. Jason's in first, John's in second, Bryce in third, David in fourth, Jim way back there in fifth. So Jim will need to make up a lot of ground as fast as he can if he wants a shot here, and hope that there's no crash at the top, which it possibly might be here. Jason and John still running very well, still very tight. So we'll head down towards the hairpin. We're back here on Bryce. David looks like gaining some ground on him, so David will maybe make a pass here at some point, as John's still right behind Jason as they head past the hairpin here towards the casino straightaway. Lap 7. We got 15 minutes, 20 seconds left in this sports car series race. Race 3 of 5 races here tonight inside the grid lounge. As these guys will head past the starting line here, we'll see what we get for lap times. 1:37.9, 7:92 for Jason, so still up by a little bit. Bryce, David, Jim, all with 141s or worse. So they'll need to do better here if they want to make up any sort of time. As Bryce now has pulled away more from David. David was pretty close to Bryce there for a minute. I don't know if we had a wreck or what. But David moved further back. As we take a look now here at David, back in 4th place. Quite a ways ahead of Jim in 5th, but a little bit behind Bryce, who's in 3rd. As we take a look here now at John again, who's in 2nd, but still right behind Jason. You guys running very close to each other. As they head towards the hairpin here. And turn 10. Now we take a look here at Bryce. Now back to John, who's right behind Jason. As now we're back to David, who's in 4th. So pretty good gap between 2nd and 3rd. Good gap between 3rd and 4th. Another good gap between 5th. 1 and 2 still very close. So John not going away at all here. As these guys are on lap 8. We're at Montreal Racetrack, a 2.7 mile course, 14 turns. As these guys will head towards turn 6 and towards turn 7. Looks like Jason now has put a little bit of distance between him and John, as he'll look to continue to do that. Give himself as much of a cushion as possible as we get deeper into this race, and we don't know how the tires will react. We haven't seen a 25-minute race yet. We'll see if the wear and tear will get to any of these racers. Take a look here now at David, who's in 4th. Pretty good gap between him and Bryce, who's in 3rd, who we are looking at now. Maybe a little tap of the wall, but he's all right. As Jason and John head past the hairpin here, they're going to head down the straightaway. Just over 12 minutes left in this race, so we are over halfway done in this sports car race here. Jason, why don't you just kind of go through who's driving what? I know you're driving the Lambo today. That's normally your car, but what else we got people in today?
Yeah, John brought up the old BMW. David here in the 911 Porsche. I think that's Jim maybe in the 911 as well. Bryce has got the NSX out, which you see Garrett earlier did a great job of pulling the first place victory out with that car. So a lot of variety on the track, and they all kind of have their perks.
Yep. So this year you can change cars between races. You can't change anything within the cars, but you can change your car. You can't change the setup, but you can change the car each race. So that's a season 4 adjustment they've made. Season 1 was 6 races of GT3 cars, what we're using now, and then the final 6 races were Formula 1 cars. So that had 12 races in it, a little different format. Season 2, you picked your car at the beginning of the season and you could not change it, but you could change the setup. Last season, everyone had the same car, same setup, so everything was the same. And then this year, you can change the car, but you can't change the setup. So every year, doing a little thing, something different, keeping it fresh for everybody. Take a look here at John and I'm still not far from Jason. We are in season 2 of the sport car race. So sport car race was created last year. John, who's currently in the Pro Series race, was the winner of last year's sports car series, so he moved up into the Pro Series. We'll see who can win it this year. As Jason and John continue to battle here, they're headed down the straightaway towards the starting line. As Jason posts a 1:37.330, so fastest lap of the race. John posts a pretty good time, 1:37.889, I believe it looks like. So these guys posting very good times here. As Jason, though, has widened the gap just a little bit between him and John, trying to make it as much as possible. As we got 9 minutes and 40 seconds left in this sports car series race. Racers trying to do the best they can as each position gets you more and more points. We'll see here. We got 9 minutes left. Could Jason catch Jim, who's back in 5th? We saw Jim have a little wreck earlier. Heard him from the very beginning, so he was behind the 8 ball. As Jason will head into the hairpin turn. John not too far behind him, and it looks like Bryce. Oh no, Bryce coming around turn 7 there. Smoked one wall,
loose.
and then got a little loose, hit one wall, then smoked the other, hit the guardrail. So that's got to be some major damage on the car. We'll see if he'll want to go to the pits or continue racing. As we take a look here at Bryce now, looks like he's all right.
Yeah, it's good you mentioned that though, Pete, because I actually talked to him afterwards, and he mentioned that after he had that collision, he had to do a lot of drive with the wheel all cockeyed, so made it a little challenging for him.
Yeah, it looks like he hit the wall hard, so I definitely believe that as Jason continues to widen the gap between him and John. Take a look here at Jim back in 5th. Now we're taking a look again at John, who's still not far from Jason. So if Jason has any sort of spill or any sort of wide turn, hit the wall, John's right there to hop on it. As these guys will head towards turn 6 and towards turn 7. We got Jason first, John in 2nd, Bryce in 3rd, David in 4th, Jim in 5th. John started off on top early. Jason came back, took over first place, continues to widen the gap here between him and John. As he'll head down towards the hairpin here. We got 7 minutes, 35 seconds left in this in this Sport Car Series race. These guys trying to earn points in the standings for the overall winner. There's 8 weeks here. This is week 6. We got 2 more after this. We're here every Tuesday night inside the Grid Lounge. There's 5 races every Tuesday. As now Jason really widened that gap here as he head down towards the straightaway or into the straightaway. And he'll head towards the starting line as the field is very, very, very gapped out right now. First and second are the closest, but still pretty far distance between them. We'll see what we got from John for a time here. 140, Jason with 137, so not the fastest times that they've had, that's for sure. Maybe tire wear starting to become an issue. We got 6 minutes, 30 seconds left in this Pro Series race. Excuse me, in this Sport Car race. As Jason's looking ahead, trying to maybe catch Jim, who's in 5th. Jim got into a wreck early and just could never recover here. As we take a now look at John here in 2nd. Firmly in 2nd. If he continues a race like this, he'll get a lot of points finishing in 2nd. As we take a look here again at David in 4th. Now we're back on Jason, who is in 1st. He keeps on widening that gap. He'll head down the casino straightaway and towards lap 13 here. As we'll see if he'll be able to catch Jim, who's back in 5th. Jason, it looks like just gaining on him slowly but surely. As Jason will hit turns 13 and 14. John's in second, Bryce in third, David in fourth, Jim is in fifth here. Let's take a look at Bryce's car. Now on David here still. And Jason with a 1:36.802. So fastest lap of the race so far. Fastest lap of the Sport Car Series race. As Jason is in first right now, and he continues to widen that gap between him and second. As we have under 5 minutes left now here in this Sport Car race. We'll see if anything can happen here, as Jason's gonna quickly reach Jim here, who is in fifth. We'll see if Jim lets him pass or if he'll continue to race hard. Let's take a look now at Jim, as Jason and Leah are not right behind him here. Take a look again now here at Jason as he hits the hairpin here. He'll have to come out of here, going full speed into the straightaway. As John continues to be in second. Looks like Jim. Nope, sorry, Jim's still out there. Jason passed him, yep.
Yep. Jim let me pass there, which is quite relieving. Even if it had to happen through a corner, I think it could get a little messy. So there was an opportunity. He just pulled over, braked a little bit, and pretty happy about that.
Yep, doing the right thing there, knowing he's kind of out of it right now as Jason heads into turn 2. John will hit the starting line here as Jason continues to dominate this race. Jason second or third, John second, Bryce third, David fourth. Now Jim is off. So Jim now has gone off into the pits, I believe. So now we're down to 4 racers here. As we take a look here at David back and forth, around the hairpin. He'll head down the casino straightaway with less than 3 minutes left now in this Pro Series. Excuse me. In this Sport Car Series. As Jason's first, take a look here at him in his car. He heads towards the hairpin here. He'll come around and head down the straightaway here. Let's take a look at Bryce. Going around turn 2. Like here, looking at Jason right now. He's into the straightaway. There's John in second. He's in the straightaway here, so we'll have 2 more laps, I believe, once we. Oh, it looks like someone's got way loose there. Bryce got way loose. He goes into the grass /sand, trying to make up time. Time can't blame him. He ain't really got nothing to lose here. As he'll head around the hairpin here. Now we look again at Jason. Back to Bryce.
Oh, Bryce into the wall.
Bryce hits the wall, but he's had a couple spin outs here. Let's see if David will take advantage of that. Maybe make some time on him. As Jason continues to outclass the field here, getting a bigger and bigger lead. Take a look now at Jason in first. We got 1:20 left here in this Sport Car Series race. We'll see if Jason can hold. We'll have the white flag out again when Jason hits the starting line. He's headed down towards the hairpin. Jason's in first, Jonathan second, Bryce in third, David in fourth, Jim in fifth. He had to go to the pits. So it just wasn't his day here, as Jason will head down the casino straightaway. Here now at Bryce. He's still in third. Pretty good gap. As the white flag is out as Jason hits the starting line. So we'll see what this last lap has. As John now hits the starting line. A decent amount of distance between Jason and John. Jason really had to have a big mistake for John to catch. Same thing between John and Bryce. Top two move on. That's all you need. Has Bryce, and that might have got a little loose there again. Let's take a look here at Jason, who is in first. He'll head down that back straightaway into turn 8. Looks like David may be having some issues there. Something's going on. Took a long while out of the hairpin. Jason will hit the hairpin turn here, turn 10. And he'll head down to the straight. So Jason comes out of that clean. He's got turn 13 and 14 to deal with, and then he is home free. Pretty good turn by John there. Jason will get first place. John will finish in second. Bryce, I believe, will finish in third here. We'll see.
And Bryce getting a little wild here.
Bryce again gets a little wild. We'll see.
And
maybe,
honestly, it could be something with the steering, Pete. He's I'm wondering, he's either playing around or the steering is kind of a difficult challenge. It's hard to say.
Yeah, we know he hit the wall a couple different times, Jason, so the steering can definitely be jacked up as he is on the straightaway, so he will finish in third. Ooh, as I say that, he hits the wall again, Jason. So I'm going to say I think you're right, Jason. There is something definitely wrong.
Yeah, it sure appears that way.
I don't know how his car's still riding like this. Look at him. He's just hitting the wall, and he's made it across the starting line.
There it goes. Car's going to be begging to be in the pits.
David will go across the starting line. So, once again, Jason finishes in first, John in second, Bryce in third, David in fourth, Jim fifth. So, Jason gets his 4th win in a row here. He'll look to go again next week. But so next up, race 4, the wild card race. We'll be back shortly.